Hey guys, how are you doing? Creating a beautiful screen with AI isn't that impressive anymore. What's starting to change now is when this AI can use a brand's visual system, use real components, and even interact with the project's code. And that's exactly what the new Cloud Design update is proposing. The idea isn't just to generate generic mockups, but to bring design and development closer together within the same workflow. Now, does this threaten tools like Figma, for example, or even PowerPoint? Or is it still more promise than reality? That's what we're going to see now. Deal? So, let's get to the video. Well, guys, first of all, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. And more than that, turn on the notification bell, because a lot of people come to the channel for the first time, solve their problem, get their questions answered, but then forget to turn on the notification bell. And then, I post new content here almost every day, but YouTube doesn't notify that person and they don't come back anymore. So, if you're already subscribed, please turn on the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Deal? Let's go then. I'm going to tell you now about this new thing that was just announced here by the Cloud team. Listen up, the new Cloud Design. It maintains the brand identity with its design system across several projects. It allows you to edit directly on the screen, syncs with Cloud Code, and connects to a bunch of tools you already use. Then, they put a screenshot here showing exactly what you can do, and then they continued here. Import your design system from a repository, design files, or your source code. The cloud builds with your actual components and checks its own output against your design system before you see it. So, what happens now? The system will understand your brand, your color palette, your design. You import all of that into Cloud Design, and from there, you can create workflows with consistent characteristics and the same interface every time. So, that's cool, especially for those who work with design and don't want to always start everything from scratch. Moving on. The redesigned editor is more stable for daily work. New layout controls let you drag, resize, and align elements directly on your screen. And there's more. Cloud Design and Cloud Code now work together in both directions. Send design to build or start in Cloud Code and sync your design project from your terminal. So now they've made a union, an integration between Cloud Code and Cloud Design. And there's something else. Export to PDF and PowerPoint or send your work to the tools you already use. And who is it available for? Cloud Design is in beta phase on all paid plans on the web and desktop. So, if you have any kind of cloud subscription, you can already use Cloud Design. And how do we access it? When you enter your cloud code, here in the side menu, the Design button appears. When you click, you are automatically directed here to this new Cloud Design interface. And here, there are some particularities. Starting here with the Templates section. You can make a prototype, slides, document, wireframe. What is that? It's like a blueprint, right? That sketch of what you want to create, or even an animation. So, you have all these templates here that you can use. Or if you want, you can start with a blank project. It's up to you. Here in the prompt field, this is where you'll type your command. By clicking the plus button here, you can upload files that will be part of your new project. Notice that now we have this button here, Design System. What is it for? If you have a brand, logo, layout, or a color palette, you can bring those features here to Cloud Design. And from there, whenever you want, you'll use the elements from this interface to create your project. It could be an animation, document, slide, prototype, and so on. Now, how do we create a design system? Two options. Either you click here to set up this design system, or you can use this little tag that's showing up here on the side. For example, I can connect a Figma or GitHub project or upload personal files that I already have here on my computer. Another thing, I can create this design using Cloud Code. And they already point out here that when you use this option to create the design using Cloud Code, the fidelity is better. So, because you'll have an integration with this other tool from Anthropic. So, when you select this option here, it will open Cloud Code and then you can type what you want, asking it to create a color palette, to build a UI, and so on. Your imagination is the limit. You will create this design system and it will work as a template for you to create new projects. Another thing, you can also select the artificial intelligence model that you want to use in your project. For now, at the moment I'm recording this video, Cloud Fable 5 is still disabled. It may be that when you're watching this video, things have changed and Fable 5 is already available again. For now, we can only choose between Cloud Opus 4.8, Cloud Sonnet 4.6, and Cloud Haiku 4.5, and here, the level of effort. Low, medium, high, and maximum. I always leave it on medium to save tokens. And if you want to use the older models, which consume even fewer tokens, they're available. Opus 4.7, Opus 4.6, and Opus 3. Okay, another very interesting thing. Now, token usage here in Cloud Design is much more economical. Why? Because now they've made a separation between what you spend in Cloud Code, in Cloud, and in Cloud Design. And how do we track this token usage? It's pretty simple. You will click here on your profile and then click on usage. And then you already have access to your daily and weekly usage. So that's cool because you can keep track to see if everything is okay, if you're not spending too much, or if you need to downgrade your model. If you are using, for example, Cloud Opus 4.8, which consumes a lot, you can downgrade and from there continue with your project until your limit is restored. Let's go then. What I'm going to show you in today's video is how to create a presentation, which I think is what most of the channel's users are looking for. For that, I'm going to click here on Slides. Notice that from this moment, the tag is already added here to the prompt field. And now, what am I going to do? I'm going to type in my command, type in my prompt. Notice that I entered a prompt here asking it to create a PowerPoint presentation talking about the new features of Cloud Design. I asked ChatGPT to create a very complete prompt, and that makes all the difference. If I just asked it to create this presentation for me without giving any kind of instruction, it would use those elements it was trained with, but not now. I said exactly what I want. Color palette, UI, interface, and so on. So take this as an example and as a rule. When you want something specific that requires more reasoning from the model, put here what you want to create, because with this, you can save tokens. Because if you put something generic here, later you'll have to redo the work until you get what you really want. And then, obviously, your tokens will be wasted, okay? So, with my prompt set here, I chose the slide template. I'm going to use Cloud Opus 4.8 and I'll send my command. Done. It has already finished creating my presentation. So here I have slides 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If I want to make any kind of edit, I just click here on Edit, and you can see that from now on, the system becomes an editor very similar to PowerPoint. So, look how cool that is. By clicking here on Simple, I can simply come here, select what I want to change, and make the change manually. Look how interesting that is. So, this solves a huge problem with this type of AI-generated presentation, where you often can't edit it. That's not the case here. When you click the Edit button, it opens this side menu where you have all the tools to edit not only the text, but also the images. Look how interesting that is. When I click here, I can enlarge, reduce, reposition, and so on. There are several options here that I can use to edit my presentation. And that's a very complicated thing. For example, on the Notebook LM, which generates the presentation for you. But when you need to make any kind of edit, you have to do it using a prompt. Not here. I just need to select the element and I can manually and visually edit everything without having to rely on artificial intelligence to make this change for me. All the elements that appear here in my presentation are editable. Another amazing thing. Since they're focused on the presentation side of things, if I activate this little button down here, I get access to the presenter's notes. You know how we have that in PowerPoint? You're giving a presentation and you need some notes that won't show up on the screen. They're just there to guide you during your presentation. So I can come here and write my presentation note. Why? When I start presenting here, look, I have my presentation here and on the side, the presenter's note that will serve as a guide during my presentation. Another thing, you can add annotations to your presentation. Look, you click here and then you can type something. For example, look, inspect this title. You can send it to the cloud if you requested a change in the title, for example. Or you can just add the comment. Done. The comment has already been added here. Then when the person clicks, my instruction will already appear here and I can reply. So if I'm working in a team, this really helps a lot because I share my project with someone else. I put the notes there, that person will identify them, reply, and then they have the option here to resolve it. That can be in this very thread here, which I just created, or if not, send it to the cloud. So, if you have a project here, especially a design project, right? A design system, you can send this response directly to the cloud. Notice that here in the side menu, I have three options. The simple one, where I can view basic elements here to do my editing. In Pro, where I have a section that's intended for developers, right? For those who work with front end. So here I have more resources to be able to edit my project more deeply, not just my presentation. The slides here are just to serve as an example. But here in Cloud Design, you can create the user interface for an app, the front end of a website, and so on. Everything related to design you can do here within this tool. The presentation is just an example, and we also have the code option here. So you can edit your project directly in the code. Then you choose what you like best, right? When it comes to ways of presenting. By clicking here on present, I have the option to present on this screen, to present in full screen, or to open a new tab. Then you choose how you want to do this presentation. And finally, by clicking here on share, I have the options to export my project. When I talk about presenting, what are the options? Look, I can export here as a PowerPoint file, .pptx, as a PDF file. I can save this project here, all the files, all the instructions as a zipped file, or even as an HTML page. If I just want to send this presentation for someone to view, I can select this option here, and then I'll basically have a website so the other person can see it. If I select the PowerPoint option here, it already shows that the person will have the option to open this presentation in PowerPoint, for example, to make whatever changes they want. So this makes things a lot easier because you don't have something static, right? You will save it as a PowerPoint file, and then, if you want, you can edit it in Microsoft's tool. So guys, with this update, I think Anthropic wants to get back in the game with cloud design. This tool already existed before. It was kind of rudimentary and used up a lot of tokens. You could do maybe 2 projects and sometimes it would stop halfway through. Not anymore. Now we have the option here to have separate tokens for Cloud Code, and then you have more options to create your project, right? Here you have a complete platform for creating designs. It's something similar to what we have in Open Design, except there you have to bring your AI model to use with the platform. Here in Cloud Design, you use Anthropic's own models, so it's up to each person. Is it better to use Anthropic's tool, which has all the resources available here, or is it better to go with Open Design and bring the model you want over there? Including models that use fewer tokens, are open source and cheaper. It all depends on what you want to create. So, did you like it? Is Open Design still better? Let me know in the comments, okay? I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Bye.
Ghost and silicon making me numb.